The Caribbean Regional Youth Council was established in December of 2013. Our main objective as a regional platform is to strengthen existing national youth councils and to establish ones where they don't exist. Inherently, we also exist to represent the voice of Caribbean youth regionally and internationally. Our representation is most effective when we form the right partnerships and find ourselves in the correct forums such as this one. And this is where we can contribute to decision-making processes. Our budding relationship with the Latin American Youth Platform is very important to us. Our history binds us, and our future is even more demanding, in that it commands that we unite in efforts of collaboration. We are the generation that will flatten and integrate life across the globe. That's my belief. We are the generation that will fight with intellect and competence, despite our size as small states and our obvious limitations as poor countries. 6 years ago, one of our very own Caribbean-born Nobel laureates, Sir William Apovis, he shared a very valuable perspective. He wrote that the value of economic growth is not that wealth increases happiness, but that it increases the range of human choice. Our level of poverty may be associated with the size of our economies, but it is very important that we recognize the high value of our human capacity and the role that human relationships play in adding global value. We must come together to fight hunger and poverty in our region. We must commit to the redesign of our education systems in order to adequately prepare our young people for the world of work and global development. We must break the barriers of language and redefine our concepts of brain drain and patriotism to allow our young people the flexibility and mobility that they need in the pursuit of opportunities. We must guard our borders from the scourge of crime, illegality, and dishonest enterprise. In essence, we must create a safer space for young people so that they can freely innovate, freely move, share, interact, and contribute towards regional development. We must remove all unnecessary barriers and replace them with stepping stones for young people. Within the EU framework, the Caribbean and Latin America are seen as one platform. But for far too long, we have not capitalized on the massive bank of opportunity that lies within our grasp. Our human resource, our people, have been crippled due to one major barrier, and that is language. Language is the single most powerful tool in the entire history of mankind and evolution and world development. With language, culture is defined and developed. Through language, skills become transferable and learning becomes easier. The issue of unemployment was surfaced about 100 years ago, but it is not so old to confound us. It wasn't until the post-World War period that civilizations reorganized themselves into peaceful economies or economic machines. Sadly, it is arguable that the decades of colonization and slavery ended largely because of new production means and economic models informed by technology. The creation of jobs through industrialization served us well throughout the 19th century, and now we are still at a point where technology continues to simplify our lives. So much so that arguments against mechanization are diminishing. The question now arises for us: where are the jobs going to come from for the thousands of young people entering our workforce every year? And for those jobs that exist, how meaningful, how relevant, how decent are they for our young men and women? How do we adequately compensate workers for their efforts, and on what basis do we determine our minimum wages? What is our concept of wages, salaries, and working hours? Are our economic structures adequately designed? Has mankind completely explored all systems of economic activity? Or has the time come for us to rethink? In this regard, decent employment points to a major issue of measurement and fairness. It also points to the issue of classification, the need to address in-work poverty, household supply, self-esteem, and human dignity. It scares our young people to be employed and paid with wages that cannot elevate them out of poverty. Many university graduates in the Caribbean region are willing to settle for very low-paying jobs, and some are willing to settle for anything as long as it helps them to pay their mortgage or their student loans at the end of the month. According to a study conducted by the 2010 CARICOM Commission on Youth Development, 85% of young people between the age of 14 and 29 would migrate to more developed countries if they had the choice or the resources to do so. So what does this say to us? Our region is very old, but it is very young in terms of its development. Most of our countries are about 35 years young in terms of independence. The Caribbean population features 64% youth below 40 years. It is predicted that by the year 2020, that figure will fall to 55%, and by 2030, 50%. The unemployment rate in our Caribbean countries is as high as 20 to 26%. And youth unemployment is double that amount in most of our countries. The national challenges we face include drug trafficking as a major issue, crime and violence. There has been a recent increase in suicides, teenage pregnancy, single parenting, and failed business startups. Another alarming issue for us in the region is that we have a lowering pass rate when it comes to mathematics and English. Given the many challenges we face and the apparent limited opportunities for our young people, it is very necessary that we join each other in thinking outside of the box, and we must commit to finding new pathways for economic development and growth. Admittedly, CARICOM efforts at creating a single economy and economic space has proven a challenge for the past 50 years. And it is well known that a major hindrance is a lack of political will among our member states to make the necessary sacrifices toward full economic and development cooperation. Conventional thinking will not ameliorate the employment crisis. Our young people possess the raw talents, and they are born with internal configuration required for the immediate future. Yet, the policy environment in our various states, it stifles creativity and innovation. Sadly, our governments are not focused enough on creating successful policy environments, and this is a major issue of advocacy for us. There are very commendable approaches by the EU Action Plan for Employment. The proposal for active labour market policy should be embraced and adopted to suit our regional context. Perhaps we need to even go further to change the jargon we use, such as employment, the word employment itself. Why not call it gainful engagement? Perhaps we should stop going to work and stop looking for jobs. And instead, let us reconsider going to practice, or any group of words that can redefine the paradigms associated with money and work. For us, this conference is a platform to reinforce the need for young people to be deliberately included in the EU decision-making processes. Most importantly, it signifies the rebirth of cooperation between Latin America and the youth of the Caribbean region. To conclude, I would like to state 3 areas of collaboration desired between the Caribbean Regional Youth Council and the Latin American Youth Forum in the hope of continued relations. We want to cooperate on the development of a labour market study across 2 regions. This will allow us to examine current and future trends, perform a labour market needs analysis, and propose theories of joint supply. Let us examine our education systems, our accreditation and certification systems, with the aim of expanding its scope and breaking the barrier of language by introducing full courses of English and Spanish at the primary level and also within non-formal education sectors. Also, we need to invest in technology by tapping into production markets as well as software design and development. Modernizing our agricultural sectors as well as our health sectors will prove a beneficial investment by contributing to employment, food security, and the health of our aging populations. We are committed to pursuing formal relations with the Latin American Youth Forum as well as the European Youth Forum in light of joint advocacy, the design and sharing of best practices. So with this, I wish you all a successful 2 days and hope that beyond this conference itself, we will actively engage young people and actually pursue the recommendations